The most important Muslim practices are found in the 5 pillars of Islam. This video will explore the first 3 pillars. The 5 pillars of Islam are the 5 means of support for Islam, much like pillars support a building. Muslims believe that God has commanded them to do these 5 pillars, and by doing them they will become better Muslims. A Muslim has submitted their whole life to Allah, and this is reflected by following the 5 pillars. Shahada, making the declaration of faith, and Salah, praying 5 times per day, are 2 continuous everyday pillars. Muslims are expected to make zakat, giving to charity, once a year. Sawm, fasting during the month of Ramadan, lasts for 1 month every year, and the expectation to go on pilgrimage to Mecca, the Hajj, is a once-in-a-lifetime event. It has been argued by Dr. Chris Hewitt, a non-Muslim, that the purpose of the pillars is God consciousness. As you learn about the 5 pillars, think about these questions. Are the 5 pillars equally important? Does it matter if a Muslim cannot do one of them? How else might someone become a better Muslim? The Shahada is the first pillar of Islam. It is the duty to declare the 2 great beliefs of Islam, the oneness of God and prophethood. Muslims continue to make the words of the Shahada seen and heard around the world, appearing on flags, mosque walls, and in homes. The words of the Shahada are the first thing spoken into a baby's ear. They are repeated in the call to prayer and within prayer. They should be the final words a Muslim says before they die. You can see the words of the Shahada in both English and Arabic on your screen. Anyone who makes the statement of the Shahada in front of a witness is considered a Muslim, as the person is seen to be dedicating their life to one God and accepting Muhammad as God's prophet. The Shahada is considered to be the foundation of Islam, and the other 4 pillars merely put these words into practice. Some Shia Muslims add another phrase to it, and Ali is the friend of God, showing their belief that Ali was the true successor of Muhammad. Muslims have a duty to pray to God 5 times a day. This duty is called Salah, which means connection or contact. This shows the importance for Muslims of spending time with God. Muslim scholars work out the times for prayer based on the times of sunrise and sunset. Therefore, times change throughout the year and across the world. Shia Muslims combine midday and afternoon prayers and sunset and night prayers, so only have 3 prayer times per day. Each prayer is announced by the call to prayer, which can be heard in the mosque, or today may be set as an alarm on a phone or clock. Muslims prepare for prayer by performing wudu, ritual washing. Mosques have special rooms or fountains for this. The purpose of wudu is to make a person prepare spiritually, and the physical cleanliness is only a representation of that. Wudu separates time of prayer from other times of the day, and helps to focus on God. It is also a time to remember the greatness of God and any wrongdoings or ways Muslims have failed God. When praying, Muslims face Mecca. There is a set sequence of actions in Muslim prayer called rak'ah. The main parts are to stand and recite the first chapter of the Quran, bow and show how great God is, and prostrate to show complete obedience to God. In a mosque, Muslims do this side by side in rows, doing all movements at the same time, showing they are united as a community. Jumu'ah prayer is Friday midday prayer held at the mosque. All male Muslims must attend, and women may do so. The Imam leads prayers and delivers a sermon. Personal prayers can be offered at any time and are called dua. In the Quran, God says, "Call on me, I will answer your prayer." Muslims believe prayer is important so as not to lose faith, and prayer unites Muslim communities around the world. Muslims who are wealthy are expected to give 2.5% of their savings to the community to purify their wealth. This is called zakah, which means to purify or cleanse. The Quran does not say how much should be given, but that whatever Muslims give is good. Using the Sunnah of Muhammad, scholars have agreed on the figure of 2.5%. A person is supposed to give this money if they have savings more than the nisab, or savings allowance. Savings include monetary savings, shares, and jewelry. Zakah can be put into collection boxes at the mosque, or can be paid directly to someone who needs it. In some Muslim countries, it is collected by the government. The Quran states that this money must be spent in God's cause, or in any way that supports Islam. Zakah reduces the suffering of those in poverty. It gives Muslims a healthy attitude to money and encourages generosity. It strengthens the community, caring about those in need. The Quran states that those who do not pay zakah are not true Muslims, and links it with salah, prayer. Paying zakah is a minimum expectation for Muslims who can afford it. They are encouraged to give more if they can. Poor Muslims are expected to be generous with their time.